Hi, folks. Alright, in case you guys didn't get this, I got an NBC News page here. Believe it or not, we're sending 200 more U.S. soldiers into Iraq and via Syria, I believe, to go and combat ISIS. Instead of sending in investigators and private security firms that can go in and arrest the 550 some guys we trained or Obama trained under the Syrian rebel program, who probably are, intelligence gurus themselves, who set up ISIS, who are controlling ISIS along with agents in Mossad and the United Kingdom, etc. We're now sending more sponges to go in and vanquish an enemy that we probably, for the most part, created. So, this is the way it works, folks. They create the enemies via the banks to allow one defense company or another to sell a whole bunch of weapons to an indigenous population, and we go in and we kill them several years later. And we masquerade the reasons why, we hide the evidence, and now the 9/11 bill is being vetoed so that Saudi Arabia receives immunity for their role in 9/11, even though a judge ordered that Saudi Arabia had immunity. And 15 of the 19 hijackers. And now we're basically coming back around and saying, now 200 more U.S. men and women have to go kill, and possibly half of them be killed by our proxy service set up by the World Central Banking System. Let's see here. Trying to get to the part up here. So this is coming from Ashton Carter. Believe he's the U.S. DoD guy. Yeah, I'm sorry. Defense Secretary said Monday, while he was in Baghdad, the financially strapped Iraqis have also accepted Americans' offer of Apache helicopters and additional HIMARS rocket systems as they prepare to retake the city of Mosul. And if you're educated on this subject, you know there's two major strongholds. One is Mosul in Iraq, and one is Raqqa, I believe, in Syria. So it'll be interesting to see. Carter said the United States will also contribute $415 million to the Peshmerga, a Kurdish military group, so kudos to them. I was waiting for that. And I really think we should have allowed those guys to go in and wipe them all out. So this is what's happening around the world, folks. This came from NBC News. The additional personnel, Carter called them advisors, will boost the total number of troops to 4,087, senior U.S. military officials said. So anything over 500, folks, I would say is necessary for any type of conflict. So that probably means the enemy numbers are still in the 2,000 range, which means that it's still a proxy army by the bankers we're fighting. They go in, they recruit people, and they get the hell out of there before the bombs start dropping. And then they move on for the next war, and this is basically their role with the world banking system thereof. So I know, folks, I repeat this shit all the time, but it doesn't seem to work or cause any problems or anything, or stop anything from happening. So this is what's going on around the world. We're going to send in 200 more Americans to die for a war on something that the banks created in the first place. Why Iraq again? Because we're so good at it. Notice nobody's attacking, I don't know, Ghana or East Texas yet, or let's see here. What's a country that really has never seen any major conflict? Australia. Australia hasn't seen any major conflict anytime. I'd say the United States, but technically there was fighting in World War II off of some of the islands off of Alaska and some of the mainland, of course, in the United States. There were rumors and various little things, not to mention, Pearl Harbor, etc. But you guys get the idea here. 200 more Americans have to die because they won't bring down the central banks. Sad.